Hey guys, sorry about that. The other daggone phone ran out of memory. So now I'll be uploading this video with two different phones. But yeah, this phone ran out of memory. Go figure. So now we're back to my old phone. But you can see right there, we're still working on getting some stuff off her. Get my tweezers. Get that green off her nose that I just saw on the camera just now. This over here. Alright. So we're to there now. I tell you, when it comes to these 3D supports, it is absolutely hard and ridiculous to move over half of these. That's part of her hair, so we'll leave that. Alright. So now we're going to focus on the opposite side. Doing the same gist. Going down to the bottom, weakening it. Because you can see right here, we have our other bangs being held right there. So trying our best to avoid from breaking any of these beautifully made veins. Or bangs. You know, hair bangs. Ugh. Not veins. What's wrong with me? Crush it. Yeah, there we go. We broke away from the bangs. So, now I'm going to figure out where to cut. So I'm going to cut right about there. And I'm going to cut right here. I'm also going to cut right here. And now we're going to grab this. I'm going to try to pull this away. There we go. Just pull away. Which you can see there, it's stuck somewhere, so we're going to take a look at this. I wouldn't doubt if this is going underneath her shoulder. Or the hair, which it looks like it's going under the hair. Go figure. So what we're going to have to do here, we're going to have to fully separate it by going low and cutting down here. You got to go extremely low with this. Alright. Here it is right here. Going over here. So it's going underneath her shoulder pieces. But most of it is under her hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this. Then I'm going to have to press down. Which we saw what the other piece was. The other piece is right up here. Right by her neck. Which sucks. That's going to be a pain to get out of there. You can see where that piece is. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and get what we can here off, out of the way. If I can grab that without breaking any of her bangs. If I can just grab it and pull it down But of course it's going to be stubborn, so we're going to go with tweezers. Try to press it down under the bangs. It's really trying. And if I was to pull it out, nope, and I can't push it. You can see there how we're jammed. So that's the only thing that sucks when it comes to 3D printing is these supports. But they have to have them. Let's see if I can cut some of that. There we go. Alright. We got that out. We got that one out. So now, what else is left up in there? Let me see what that is by poking it with my tweezers. I don't think that's a support. I think that might be a piece of her hair. Maybe. And again, yeah, that's what that is. It's a piece of her hair. All right, then. So now we got down to here. We're making a mess here. Now we got down to here. So, let's see here. We got a support that's coming up around here and attaching right back here. So I'll go ahead and I'll cut right there to weaken this one. There we go. Now you can see her arm is becoming available. So let's see here. Now we've got these coming down to here. This one right here that's connected to under her chest. Let's go with this one right here. So once again, we got another one over here, so we'll start there first. Pull this away. Cut this in sections. Pull away. Grab that. Still keep cutting it in sections. There we go. And now we're seeing a delicate piece coming up here. This is just like in the game where she had these ribbons on her arms. There's a ribbon right there. So now we have to try to get that loose without breaking that ribbon. So let's go down a bit. I'm going to cut. Let's see here, make sure that the ribbon's not attached. It's the only thing when it comes to these delicate pieces. Okay. Pull away. Alright. You can see right there is that delicate ribbon I was talking about. Right, with my tweezers. Right there. So we're working on getting these supports away from that delicate ribbon, which is easier said than done. Because there's a whole lot of them, it looks like, down inside of her dress. Cut that away from that ribbon. Alright. Now that's broken from the ribbon. Now we got some supports going right down here, and the supports are going underneath her dress. So that's going to be kind of hard to get those out without damaging that ribbon. But we're going to do our best. We're going to do some twisting and some pulling. Just tear one piece out at a time if we have to. Make sure we're low. Yeah, this down here is away from that ribbon. Get my cutters in here and cut up as much of it as I can. Okay. There we go. We have an opening now. You can see we have an opening, but up here, behind here, is right where that ribbon is behind it. So what I'm going to have to try to do now is cut it from the bottom and then pull it down through there. Which is going to be easier said than done, because it doesn't give you much room to work with getting in there. I really don't have room getting in there. I'll start to get up here to the top. Make sure that I keep clear of that ribbon. Use tweezers. Okay, that ribbon's right there. I see it. As you can see, I'm doing my best to rock it, but stay clear of that ribbon, because I'm trying to break it free. Unfortunately, it's going behind her. Okay. There's another piece right there wrapped around her, I see. So about right in here. Lord of mercy, that's going to be hard to get out. can only push it down so far before I get to the risk of damaging that ribbon. It's really stuck in behind her. You can see it right in there. Okay, I see where the support is now. It's right there. If I can just get it in there to either break or cut that. It's about right here. Where was that? It's kind of hard to see in there. Right there. So right there. That's a big support in there. Try to cut it loose from the bottom. I thought it was a little support, but no, it's huge. They had to put it in such an awkward spot. Rip down. Yeah, if I can just push that down. Nope, you get away from that ribbon. You can see right there where the ribbon is, right near my pliers. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We got it pushed down now. We just got to grab it and pull down like that. Oh, these daggone things really try your patience. Okay, I can see right there where it is. Right there. We can just grab a huge thing and pull it out. Even if we get it out in pieces, we're still getting it out of there. Alright. A little bit up. If I can just get my pliers in there. I think I got it again. Lord of mercy. Trying to use things to break it free from where it's being held is another different story. I can still see it right there. If I just go straight. I missed it. Dang it, let go. Comes another piece out. Another thing too, we got some right here that goes under this thing. So let's try to break a little bit here free. Right there. At that corner. It's a little bit easy with the bigger one than it was the little one. But still a challenge. Alright, I'll work on getting more of that out later, but I got it to the best that I could for right now. You can see it right down in there. I just can't get it. Alright, let's work on getting some of this front loose. I gotta be careful about the fingers that's here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around here, and here, and over here. Yeah, like that. Pull some away, not much. There. Be careful about breaking loose around here because there's another ribbon right around here somewhere. Okay, I can see it right there. So I'm going to cut here, there, and I'm going to cut right about there, and then pull away slowly. There we go. And you can see right there is the other ribbon that's on her arm. Alright, we're getting down to where the hands would be. So, that's where I really gotta watch it. Okay, that's on the thing, so I'm gonna start cutting right about here and here on the top layers, and then slowly start breaking this loose. There we go. We'll pull these away in sections. There's some right here. Right there. Alright. So we're stuck really good right here. Alright, that's out. That's out. That's coming out. There's a whole lot of clump going right down to where her underneath her chest area is, right in between her arms. So there's probably some pretty good supports in there. So now what we'll do is we'll break some more of this. Sorry about that, my phone was ringing. Number I don't know. There we go. What I'm trying to do here is be delicate, Because on the smaller one, I ended up breaking some of her fingers off. And I had to glue them back on, and I'm trying to avoid that with this one, if I can. Because if I can avoid it, I like to. Pull down and away. As you can see, we got some supports. Okay, there we go. You can see right there where her hand is. Her hand's right there, and the last time when I pulled off the little one, I didn't realize the supports were just right there, and I broke her her ring finger off and her pinky finger, but I glued them back on. So I was trying my best to avoid that with this one. And I can see here, if I'm not careful, I'll break these fingers too, because you can see there's a support attached right to them right there.